Good morning. This is Dr. B, your Cajun Connection, coming to you from Highway 90, going west, heading toward Morgan City. And I'm going over there this morning to look at a little slip of land. As you know, I am a retiring high school principal, and I have about, another half a year to go or less. And one of the things I want to do is I want to pick up a little 17-foot, 84 square feet of living bliss Casita travel trailer, or something like that. Something that's lightweight, fiberglass, that I can pull with my 2016 Canyon truck and bring it wherever I want to wake up. Now, I could park it at my house and just pull it to different locations, but I don't want to clutter my driveway with another vehicle. And also, I want to buy something near water where I can go do some fishing and just have the peace and serenity of some waterfront property. We'll see how that works out. I don't want a lot because I don't want to be burdened by perpetual grass cutting and picking up dead branches from trees. I just want enough, a little home base where I can park my RV and go to it when I have the urge to do that. I like to have something that I could get out to maybe on the weekend, stay the weekend, and hightail it back on home. Now, as a retiring principal, I'm in the process of making some significant decisions. I have to make decisions about insurance coverage. I have to make decisions about how to set up a retirement account. I have to make decisions about when and when not to turn on Social Security. Those kinds of things. And that's a beautiful thing. And I think that as I make these decisions, I'd like to talk about them online, because I know a lot of people are in the same boat. Now, they have all kinds of YouTube channels that give advice to retirees, or those who are contemplating retiring, or those who are near so, to get them situated, acclimated, oriented about how to make the best decisions. Well, as I consume that information, I'm going to share with you the decisions that I make. For example, one of the big decisions is retiring, when to turn on Social Security. Now, we're going to be talking about that. I'm pulling together some information, and we're going to do a video on that soon. Another one is how to configure, insurance coverages. I certainly hope that I'm not tied to a lot of doctor's appointments and all of that, but you have to have it in place nonetheless. And so we're going to make some decisions about that. And of course, establishing beneficiaries and the pros and cons of all of that. And what to do with property as you consider retiring. A lot of people are moving toward tiny houses and living in vans and RVs, and there are a lot of options for empty nesters, or those who maybe just want to scale down. Well, I'm not necessarily interested in scaling down. I mean, I have a house that's paid for, so I don't have any financial obligations to it other than property taxes. But I want to keep that in the family going forward. I don't have to sell that to buy something else. I thank the good Lord, I can buy something without having to sell what I have and pay cash for it. So this is, and look, that's important to me, to be a cash to be a debt-free consumer. I hate debt, and so I've been debt-free many years, and I don't want to pick up debt as I enter the next season of life. So, and as I'm talking, I'm looking to the left there, and I was looking at some camps that are recently built out here in the sticks, but that's kind of what I'm looking for as well. I just want to leave the cares and the woes behind for a few days, if I can, and just get away to where you can hear the crickets and see some stars and get away from the city lights. That's the idea. So we're going to pick up some information and just look around to see what's out there, what's available, and make good decisions. Now look, just because I'm looking doesn't mean I'm buying. That's not how I work. I think much of the joy is in the journey, not necessarily the destination. So I'm going to look, and I invite you to come along and take a look with me and see how you would make decisions based on similar choices, which you may or may not be facing. Some of you may be very young. And as an OCCA also, I mean, I was a CPA, I like to say, in my former life, which, I left that profession about 20 years ago. I still practice part-time occasionally, part-time with very few clients, but I got into education, and that's truly where my joy is. And so when I'm talking finance, at least I have a pretty good background and perspective, and I can probably bring some questions to the table that maybe someone else could not, and maybe some answers as well. So this is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. Now, as far as the land is concerned, the travel trailer is going to be less than 20 feet, but I want to get a piece of land that's maybe about a slip, nothing more than maybe a sixth of an acre or something small, just enough to have somewhere to park my truck, park an RV, and to maybe have a little outdoor activity, not much. That's what that would be ideal, but I don't want to pay a lot for that. So I really got to start doing some research on what something like that costs, because that's a boutique type of purchase. You don't find many people looking for such a small piece of land. I mean, unless you are in an RV camp, RV site, and that's all they sell. That's all they cater to, selling slips of land for RV to be set up. If I can find that near a setting that I'm looking for, that would be ideal. But on the other side of that, with such a setup comes a lot of neighbors, and I'm not really interested in having a lot of neighbors. I would like to have something that's a little isolated, and if possible, if I can find that, I would be willing to go up to maybe maybe a quarter of an acre, something like that. Not too much though. Now I have an opportunity to purchase some land northeast of Baton Rouge, and but it's many acres. It's a good price for. I can pick it up for a good price, but it's 6 acres of land. And I started thinking about that. With such a purchase comes having to buy a tractor, and then a lot of other things. And I don't know if I want to get into all of that. Maybe if I was 30, I would do so. And if I had an adventurous wife then I would possibly do it even now. So that won't work for me to have to do all that by myself. So I want something that's going to be really manageable, and at the same time going to give me the sights and the view that I'm looking for.